Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cosmers and I'm going to be talking about Express Entry today, Express Entry application. So Express Entry is basically a pool where professionals all over the world set up their profile in order to get nominated or invited for a Canadian permanent residency application. So having said that, there are two major steps involved in Express Entry application. The first step is profile creation stage. And in this first step, there are four major criteria. These criteria are subdivided into other criteria, but we'll focus on the four major ones. The first is age. The second is language proficiency, which is either IELTS or SALPIP if you're an English speaker, or TEF for French speakers. The third is basically education, and this is subdivided as well depending your highest level of education, from PhD to master's or professional degree to double degree, which one of them must be 3 years old in a university or college. The fourth is bachelor's degree, and so on and so forth. The fourth in this first step is the work experience. This is very important, and this is also a critical factor in the whole process. So this determines which class you fall into, as we've got two to three different classes. The two major classes are the federal skilled worker, and then the second one is the Canadian experience class. Okay, so depending which one you want to go through, and also you don't basically choose. It depends if you've worked in Canada or outside of Canada. So for those that have worked inside of Canada, you become eligible for the Canadian experience class. For those that have worked outside of Canada, you become eligible for federal skilled worker. So these basic steps, okay, determines how successful you would be. This basic criteria, rather, they determine how successful you will be in the pool, because like I said, there are a bunch of professionals all over the world in the same pool as yourself, with the same goal of getting selected to apply and become a Canadian permanent resident. So if you've met the required score, which is after a draw is being made, there is always one minimum of one draw every month. So at every particular point, the government does a draw. If you meet the minimum requirement, you would get selected and invited, and this makes you qualify for the second step, which is invitation to apply for a permanent residence. And very important, for your work experience as well, you need to fall into the basic occupations that are being looked out for. And these occupations have to fall into NOC A, NOC B, or NOC 0. So either of these NOCs determines where or if you are actually eligible to apply. Okay, so have that at the back of your mind. And once you get nominated or once you get invited, start putting every documentation together, verify and make sure that they are up to date, and then you can start uploading them on the online. This is basically an online application. It's strictly online. There is no paper-based. 99.9% of time, they do not require you to submit an original or to mail an original document. Everything has to be done online. Thank you so much for watching. My next video will focus on how to improve your points if you are already in the pool, and there are so many tips that you might not have thought of or you might not have come across. And I must state, this video is strictly my own opinion and my own experience of the Canadian Express Entry application. I am not a licensed immigration lawyer, neither am I a licensed immigration consultant. However, I am an agent for so many colleges and universities here in Canada. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.